Hey guys, welcome back to the game room. SoCal Retro Dude, bringing you a fun video. We're going to be highlighting some of the games that we picked up the end of October and early into November. It's been a whirlwind past few weeks. I bought, 30 plus titles, mostly PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to be showcasing some of the ones that stood out to me the most. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and let's get into this video. Alright guys, here we're going to start with a little montage of all of the games that we're going to be looking at today. Really excited about some of these titles. Some of them I had no idea what they were, and they turned out to be quite expensive, quite valuable, if you will. All right. So our first title here, Biohazard Director's Cut, also known as Resident Evil. This wasn't the only copy that I picked up. I actually picked up Biohazards 1 through 6 on PS1, 2, and 3. I also picked up just regular Biohazard, but we had a party foul. It fell off one of the shelves in the game room, and the case shattered. So we're gonna recycle it. We'll get a new version of that. And I also was able to pick up Biohazard Gun Survivor, and I'm just looking forward into getting into the series. All right, next, a lot of you know this title, and this is an expensive one back in the States. I saw it on the shelf. I laughed. $3. And they had about, 5 other ones sitting right there on the shelf as well. I played this. I did put it into the console and played it. It is in Japanese, but it plays in English. So no complaints there. The game reminds me of a pre 2000, kids Guitar Hero. It's fun. It's quirky. I don't know if I'll play it again. I will be saving this for the collection. I love the art. CIB, look at this poster that it came with. Again, a very clean example. I'm sure there's cleaner out there, but this is fine for my collection. Yeah, and look at this art. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. They did things differently back in the day. You got the little poster, the registration card. Look at the disc art, you guys. Absolutely just love that. This was a fun pickup. It's the little things like this that get me excited when I'm at the game store. All right, let's move on. What do we got next? Oh, wait. Yep, Bully. Bully for PlayStation 2. I was not familiar with this game growing up, and I had a PlayStation 2. It was one of my main consoles growing up, but I was unfamiliar with this game from Bethesda. And again, I try to tend to look for a CIB copy of any game that I get. Oh, I'm struggling. Yeah, some of these inserts are hard. This poster was very clean. I mean, you don't get stuff like this anymore. And I know with, the Switch 2 and them going away from physical media, if you will, on some of their titles, this is the stuff, at least for me as a collector, that I really enjoy to see. You've got the map of the game there with the poster on the reverse side. Now, did any of you play Bully growing up? I did pop this in to test it out. It works just fine. I mostly ran around for 15 minutes, got into fights in the schoolyard, and then ran away from teachers. It was kind of weird. Maybe we'll play it through sometime soon. But really pumped to see that on the shelf and to pick that up. All right, now this next title, I was not familiar with it, and to be honest, I'm still not super familiar with it, but they had it turned so you could see the front face of it on the shelf, which of course, caught my eye, and I pulled it down and I started looking at it. And I don't know if it's because Halloween, but they've had a lot of horror games out at my local stores. And so I ended up picking up this game of Siren New Transition. So I'm excited to get into this title at a later date. But what shocked me the most was I think I paid just under $8 for this. And I believe on Price Charting this is a $70-ish game, which was just kind of a shock. So that's going to stay in the collection for a while. All right, now Silent Hill Downpour. Anything Silent Hill I'm looking for right now, and I was thrilled. I was ecstatic to see this sitting on the shelf. A really clean version of it. I believe CIB. Let's see. Yep, CIB. And guys, I've actually been playing through this game. Now Downpour, yep, struggling with the insert again. But Downpour has gotten a lot of bad reviews online. So I was a little hesitant when I first got into it, but I will say, yes, there are some frame rate issues, and the monsters can be difficult to fight, but it's been a really fun game and spooky, which is fitting for this time of year. So let's keep it moving. And we've got Castlevania, you guys, Curse of Darkness. Again, this is an NTSC Japan version. I haven't played it yet, which I probably should, just to test it. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't play in English. This was mostly a collection piece, something to hang on to as an investment. Maybe I will flip it eventually. But my family and I were visiting a small town right outside of Mount Fuji, and they had a hard off, so we popped in, and this was one of the titles that I picked up. A really good price. I think I paid around $15 US for this, and I believe Price Charting it's going around 60, so that's a good investment for me. And honestly, anything really in the Castlevania universe, especially if it's reasonably priced, which this was. So this next item, I'm going to call it an item and not a game, I'm super excited about. Ruby Red, Sapphire Blue Pokemon box, the utility box. I saw this, we were in Yokohama doing some early Christmas shopping, popped into Suragaya. Shout out to Retro Rewire for getting me onto those, but we popped in there and they had a Pokemon shrine, if you will, of video game stuff. Now they had just the game, or I'm sorry, just the disc, and then they had the big box version. Now I know a lot of you already know that back in the US, this is, I don't know, what is it, $1,000 to $1,500 depending on condition, for the American version. Now I didn't pay anywhere close to that. Yes, this is an NTSC Japan version, but this is going to be something that I hold on to for a while. I actually just love looking at it on the shelf. It's a great conversation piece, and it was in pristine condition. I mean, guys, come on, look at this. It's got everything. I love this memory card. This clear blue red memory card is just so cool. It's those little things, the little touches on things that really stand out to me. Now, I don't know if the American version came with this, but here's just some stickers. Not this. Some stickers for the memory card. But this is a demo disc for the GameCube. I'm not too familiar on what titles are on this. I need to do a little bit more research. But again, CIB, very, very clean example of the Pokemon box. So I had to pick this up. It honestly wasn't that bad. I think I paid $58. Would you pay that? Now I've seen a few of them go on eBay, just north of 100, around 100 to 150. So this will be something that I, at minimum hold on to for a while before I even consider potentially letting it go. I actually did think about getting this graded because of how great condition this one is. Now you're gonna see me, I mean, just the artwork in it. I don't know about you guys, but I love having the physical manuals. I don't know if it's because that's what I grew up with, but there's something to be said to be able to actually hold the manual and look up something in it than having to, I know it can be convenient, but using your phone. Let's go ahead and put this all back together. Now the sleeves, I know the GameCube disc cases are a lot different in Japan versus the United States, but this is what I'm talking about, guys. The big box version. It came with the GBA link cable included, and this one is in the original plastic. I mean, guys, I can't tell you, this is a very, very clean version. I saw it sitting there in the case. I actually left it initially. We went and had lunch, and I told my wife, we got to go back. All right, moving along now. A nostalgia piece here. Super Mario World for the Super Famicom. I saw this at the same Surigaya, and I really just wanted to pick this up to put on the shelf to include in the collection. I mean, I love the box art. It's not the cleanest rendition. The box does have some wear and tear on it. But look here, I'm struggling. No, I got it first try. I thought I struggled on this one. But look at the cart. The front of the cart, very clean. Now you'll see on the back there is a little bit of wear. I think I could take, some cleaning product and tighten it up a little bit. I don't know if that's sun fading, but it's a very clean copy. Now I'm gonna bust this out. This kind of threw me off when I opened it. I hadn't actually looked at the poster. The poster does have some damage on it, but it's a quad fold, if you will. But the poster side on the back with the map, it's just, gosh, something to be said about the gaming industry back in the day and what they put out. Look at this. I thought this was cool. Just the explanation of some of the moves and how you progress through them. Also, can you see the controller? I like the NTSC-J variant better than the North American variant with the colors on the buttons. All right, here we go. Come on, JR. And we've got part of it. One moment. And look at this, guys. How freaking cool is that? Should I get this framed? I think I should frame this. That would be so cool for the game room. I don't think the wife would like it though. Just being honest. Let's go ahead and put this back in the case, in the box. This is where I struggled. 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, come on. Get it together here. There we go. Alright, the next game, near and dear to my heart, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. Now this is the limited edition bonus disc set. What that comes with is a Blu-ray disc featuring some of the making of, the documentary, if you will, with behind the scenes content, and a soundtrack CD. Now I am a huge Metal Gear Solid nut. When I got my first PlayStation 1, the demo disc that was with the console had Metal Gear Solid in it, and I was hooked as a kid. So finding this, and really with all of my Metal Gear Solid limited edition items, is just an awesome find for me. Look at this graphic on the bonus material here. A very clean example, you guys. And with all of my limited edition stuff, it's got to be CIB. Now, not everything has to be a CIB, but if you're going to get the limited edition of anything, I think you should strive to at least get those particular items in CIB. Standard MGS4 game here. Now I've got this across a couple different collection items. Manual, Really good shape on this. I gotta say, really good shape. Look at this. The comic, just things were so different back then. Better, in my opinion. Warranty card still looking great. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this week's video. I want to say thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, I'm on Instagram, very active on Instagram. It's at SoCalRetroDude, one word. You'll get all the behind the scenes content and footage. I really appreciate all your support, and we'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.